The role of Jews in creation of the world banking. Welcome to another episode of Deconstruction Daily Podcast. I hope you find this episode helpful, and please feel free to comment and feedback, and if you like the contents, I would be grateful if you liked and subscribed to my channel. Now, let's stop digressing and get straight to the point. The role of Jews in banking and finance is a complex and multifaceted subject, shaped by centuries of exclusion from other economic activities and by both opportunities and challenges created by legal, social, and religious constraints. From the 16th century onward, Jews played a significant, though often misunderstood, role in shaping the development of financial systems in Europe and, later, the United States. This role began with money lending in medieval Europe, expanded through the development of prominent Jewish banking families in the 18th and 19th centuries, and has been the subject of both admiration and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. 1. Early Jewish involvement in lending in medieval and Renaissance Europe. Jews were often restricted from many professions, particularly in Christian-majority societies, where the Catholic Church prohibited usury. This ban on interest created a niche for Jewish moneylenders, who were not bound by the same religious restrictions. However, the work of lending money was often viewed with suspicion and hostility by the general population. Usury laws and Jewish moneylenders. The Church's prohibition on usury meant that Christian nobles and monarchs often relied on Jewish moneylenders for loans. Jews were thus able to gain a foothold in the financial system despite being marginalized in many other areas of society. In cities like Venice, Frankfurt, and Amsterdam, Jewish communities provided essential credit and were involved in financing trade, agriculture, and infrastructure development. The role of Jews in early banking. By the 16th century, Jewish involvement in financial transactions began to grow in prominence, especially in trading cities and economic hubs across Europe. Jewish moneylenders and merchants were engaged not only in providing loans but also in currency exchange and facilitating international trade. These financial activities laid the foundation for later developments in banking, although Jews remained confined to relatively limited roles due to widespread discrimination. 2. Prominent Jewish banking families in early modern Europe. The 17th and 18th centuries saw the emergence of several Jewish families that would become synonymous with finance. These families, often operating from major European cities, helped pioneer modern banking techniques, including international finance, government loans, and investment banking. The Rothschild family. The Rothschild family is perhaps the most famous Jewish banking family in history, and their rise to prominence marks a significant moment in the history of Jewish involvement in banking. The family's success is a testament to the power of international finance and the ability of a well-connected family to transform the banking industry. Founding of the Rothschild Empire. The story of the Rothschilds begins with Mayer Amschel Rothschild, a court factor to the Landgraves of Hesse-Kassel in Frankfurt, Germany. Rothschild's expertise in money lending and his ability to navigate the political and financial landscape allowed him to accumulate wealth and build a financial empire. He had 5 sons, each of whom established banking businesses in major European capitals: London, Paris, Vienna, Naples, and Frankfurt. The Rothschilds' role in international finance. The Rothschilds revolutionized the world of finance in several important ways. They were pioneers in the creation of sovereign debt markets, providing loans to European governments, including the British during the Napoleonic Wars. By leveraging their network of family members across Europe, the Rothschilds could raise capital, move money quickly, and facilitate large-scale international transactions. This made them one of the wealthiest and most influential banking families in Europe by the 19th century. Key contributions. One of the Rothschilds' major financial feats was assisting the British government during the Napoleonic Wars. Their help in financing the British war effort was instrumental, and the family was paid back with a bond issue that generated enormous wealth. Over time, the Rothschilds expanded into railroad financing, real estate, and other sectors, becoming one of the most powerful families in Europe. Legacy and influence. The Rothschild family's wealth, influence, and banking innovations marked the beginning of the modern banking era. However, their success also made them a target for conspiracy theories, many of which were rooted in anti-Semitic beliefs about Jewish control of financial systems. These myths have persisted for centuries and have often been used to demonize the Rothschilds and Jews more broadly. The Bleichroeder family, another important Jewish banking family, was the Bleichroeders of Prussia. Gerson Bleichroeder was a key figure in the family's rise to prominence. The Bleichroeder family became close financial advisors to the Prussian royal family and helped fund the German Empire's expansion in the 19th century. Bleichroeder's connection to Otto von Bismarck, the Prussian chancellor, further solidified the family's place in the high finance circles of Europe. The Bleichroeders' banking activities included managing loans for the Prussian monarchy and helping finance large-scale projects such as the construction of railways. The Oppenheim family. The Oppenheim family was another notable Jewish banking family in Europe, particularly in the Holy Roman Empire and later Germany. Founded in Cologne, the Oppenheims were involved in a wide range of financial activities, including investment banking and government finance. Like the Rothschilds, the Oppenheims played a key role in shaping modern financial markets, providing capital for various industries and political entities. 3. Jews and banking in the United States. As Jews immigrated to the United States, especially in the 19th century, they continued to play an important role in the development of American financial institutions. J.P. Morgan and collaborations with Jewish financiers. While J.P. Morgan himself was not Jewish, many Jewish financiers played key roles in supporting his banking activities. One of the most important Jewish figures was Jacob Schiff, a partner at Kuhn, Loeb & Co., an influential investment bank in New York. Schiff was instrumental in helping finance the railroad expansion in the U.S. and was involved in several important political and financial negotiations. Schiff's partnership with Morgan and his prominent role in the U.S. financial system underscore the continued importance of Jewish financiers in American banking. The Warburg family. The Warburgs were another prominent Jewish family in American finance. Paul Warburg, a German Jewish banker, was one of the key architects of the Federal Reserve System. His work in the early 20th century helped shape the modern U.S. banking system, and the family had significant influence in investment banking and financial markets. Lehman Brothers. The Lehman family, of Jewish descent, founded Lehman Brothers in the 19th century, which would later become one of the largest investment banks in the world. Although the collapse of Lehman Brothers in 2008 is a tragic chapter in American financial history, the family's role in shaping U.S. finance and capital markets cannot be overlooked. 4. Anti-Semitism and banking stereotypes. The historical role of Jews in banking has often been clouded by anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Jews have been frequently scapegoated for economic crises, and false narratives of Jewish control over global finance have been perpetuated for centuries. One of the most infamous examples is the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, a forged document from the early 20th century that falsely claims to reveal a Jewish plot to dominate the world. These kinds of conspiracy theories continue to contribute to harmful stereotypes and distrust about Jews in finance, despite the fact that Jews have never controlled the global banking system. Conclusion: Jewish contributions to banking and finance. Jewish families, particularly in Europe and later in the United States, have played a critical role in the development of modern banking. From the early days of money lending in medieval Europe to the rise of powerful families like the Rothschilds, Bleichroders, and Warburgs, Jews contributed to the establishment of financial markets, credit systems, and the mechanisms of international finance. However, their involvement in banking has also led to enduring myths and prejudices, often fueled by anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. While Jews were not the sole architects of the modern financial system, their role in shaping the global economy cannot be overstated. At the same time, it is crucial to separate historical facts from the harmful myths that have been used to scapegoat Jews for global financial crises or political instability. Understanding this history in its proper context is essential to countering prejudice and promoting a more accurate understanding of the Jewish contribution to finance. Once again, thanks to you for patiently listening to the podcast and supporting me throughout. Bye until the next episode of the podcast. The role of Jews in creation of the world banking. Welcome to another episode of Deconstruction Daily Podcast. I hope you find this episode helpful, and please feel free to comment and feedback, and if you like the contents, I would be grateful if you liked and subscribed to my